Well, good evening. Welcome to another exciting night with SuperCars NZ in the broadcasting lounge. We have arrived at our final V8 race of the season. This brings us into round 9, the final round. Out of our 12-week roster, we had 3 weeks of those done as an endurance championship. So this is, the final round for our Allports Motorsport Championship. We're with our Div 1 races tonight here at Winton, finishing up at a iconic Australian track. Joining me tonight in the broadcasting lounge, we have Mr. Corey Kitchen.
Hello Douglas, how are we?
Doing well. Just recovering from the end of the cold, so hopefully the old throat box holds out until the end. And speaking of damaged throat boxes, Leon Weir also joining us in the broadcasting lounge this evening.
Yeah, g'day mate. Yeah, get me throat box. No, we're good.
No. Good stuff. So yeah, boys, we've done it. We've
arrived. We're here.
We've got there. Final round of the V8s. And as stated, we are here at the lovely Winton race circuit. A bit of info on screen for you there, which has just horribly gone and blended into the background of a nice white background. So I'll do my best to read it out. 19 degrees, 82% humidity. There we go, partly cloudy, 13 degree winds.
Lights are about to come up there, Dougie.
Yep. We've got some cars out on track. Bruce Tannock out on the start of that grid, and we'll jump on down to there.
Followed by by Darren Lobb there, P2, Taylor Mitchell, P3, Rogie, P4, Macatap there, P5, and yours truly, who's set a time but not doing anything. Right, and they're off. Here we go. A couple of slow getaways for a few people there, but first turn, how we looking? Oh, is that Rogie getting a bit tucked in there with Taylor? For Dano there. Cycling Upperswich, I believe he was a bit further up. Yep, that's across Upperswich round. Oh, we've got an MRX car pretty wide there as well. He's managed to gather it back up. Yeah, right. That's a bit of action for the first one there. Doesn't look like anything race ending for anyone though, which is a very, very good thing to hear. But my teammates have managed to get through there relatively unscathed, which is always a good sign.
Championship points while we're fresh here. Bruce Tannock probably already done enough to take out the season. 508 points. 102 points behind him, Darren Lobb. So, yeah, not too sure we can split them two today, but Roger is 5 points behind Darren and 15 behind Roger is Sean McNamara. So, yeah, it's all pretty tight. Even right through the top 10 at the moment.
I think I'll lose my top 10 after tonight, I'd say. It's terrible.
Oh, you might hang on.
Oh, Taylor's car is not looking too flash there, is it? Very well. Obviously allowed Macca to get past him there. With he's got Dad following him pretty close behind. I'd say he'll be making a move on the boy pretty soon. Just looks like he's pretty slow.
Yeah, Taylor unfortunately coming unstuck and having a wee incident there. We'll have a dial back and a look at that in a minute. Action packs just outside the top 3, or just behind third spot there. Roger Forbert, we're on board Aaron Goodrick, and he's getting chased by Jason Cossey at the moment. That's positions 3, 4 and 5.
They've dropped back quite a lot from our two front runners there, haven't they? That's a pretty fair margin between them and Darren and Bruce. Even Darren having dropped back from Bruce by a second and a half on lap 2. That's some pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, so Darren bringing it across the line to round off lap 3 there now. Already got a 1.5 second gap over Bruce Tannock, holding on to P2. Bruce actually being the car who qualified on P1, Darren getting the jump off the the start and making that stick. Taylor Mitchell still here, glued to the back of Sean McNamara. Let's have a quick looky and to see why his car is looking the way it is.
I'd be glued to the back of Macca as well. Yeah, must have been a pretty decent one. Ah, yeah. Oh, what was that?
It just disappeared.
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
Bit of net
And we've had
coding on that one. So
Goodbye, spoiler.
Yeah,
and,
conspiracy theory, yes.
just
all
having
over that.
a look a bit further back to the first incident of the night was Chris Upsich there. So from the race start, Chris in the PSR car there, getting a wee bit of a helping hand into turn 1 there by, it's like car 20.
And Blake got caught up in that as well, but no fault of his own, I believe. Just racing his race, and there, all of a sudden there was a PSR car, Auto Excellence car there, saying g'day.
Yeah.
And we did have a wee Taylor Mitchell and Roger Forbert wee incident on that turn 1 as well. Do we have any data there, Dougie?
No crash data, but I can bring up. You reckon it was Roger and Taylor?
Yeah, it was those boys right up in the front there. Yeah, turn 1, I believe. Ooh. It was Nick sailing off. We caught that one as well. It's like just keeping an eye on the live. It looks like Taylor's still doing a pretty good job of keeping on Sean. So maybe it was just a lucky pass of Sean. Car's looking
bit of a twitch there from Taylor's car. Certainly a little bit unstuck with having that rear spoiler not being able to keep the rear of the car down on the ground. Peter Vanderberg looks like he might be bringing himself into a cool wee battle here with Nick Mitchell.
Blake's there as well, ready to say g'day whenever this one in front of him goes balls up. Keep it nice and close. This field's still relatively tight together. It's a, if we minus Darren Lobb and Bruce Tannock off the equation, of course, everyone's still relatively close together, which is cool to see.
100%.
Really
Look at all those yellows and oranges up and down the board there.
Pretty hard track to pass on, so I would say that may be adding to keeping that all together. If one person slows up a wee bit in front of you and you're quite tight on them, then it is hard to keep that momentum going and turn it into something. So I'd say there may be a few frustrations this evening, trying to get past slower people, what have you, but that's all part of the fun, isn't it? That's what we love to see.
Certainly is.
Yeah, Pete gets a far better exit out of there. Blake's slightly later on the brakes, so see how we're getting on. No.
Nick with the big recovery slide across the track. Peter will be getting itchy feet now.
For sure.
Blake's been invited into this battle. It is an extremely tricky section of corners through there, isn't it?
Oh, big dive. Love it. Is he going to keep it? Not quite. I think that was probably an error, that one. There's a bit of brake lock up there from Blake, but yeah, it was pretty close. Pretty close.
He's certainly fishing for it.
see if we can get something done here. Who have we got behind him? We've got Scott McKenzie behind him, followed by another 2 Misfits cars behind him. So Blake is just the meat and a Misfit sandwich at the moment, which is, I can attest to that it's not somewhere you want to be. The meat and the sandwich, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, the Misfits boys are also sponsored by Festive Foods. They put on a good bit of fooding. So if you like some festive foods or a bit of a Blake sandwich, go and check them out.
Bit of fooding. That was excellent, England's.
Yes, very, very good fooding. I have to agree.
It's
Just
heaps
looking
good
up on
food.
this
and
timing board here, we've got a couple of drivers up 5 spot. Peter Vanderberg and Jason Coffey. They're your biggest movers so far this evening. A lot of green on the board.
How's our incident counts looking? So, okay. We've got Taylor Mitchell, Sean Macker, Roger Forbert, and Nick Mitchell. 8 and 7. So 8 for Taylor, 8 for Sean, 8 for Roger, and 7 for Nick. So they're getting up there pretty fast.
Not very clean racing from them.
No. As it sits.
A week, man.
Yeah. No V8 racing for a week. That's it. No 2 ways about that. Sorry, guys. The tribe has spoken. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, of course, new content out tomorrow.
Yeah, they've been dropping a little bit of information around what's going to be coming out. I'm sure we'll get a wee bit more in the next few hours. Looking pretty excited for the GT3 class, getting two cars back into the field that they recently lost. So soon to be joining the stables. The stables will be the Mustang. A Mustang in the stables. So that
You don't even try to do these, eh? They just fall out of your face. Eh?
Natural. It's natural.
Yep. And unfortunately, I don't really have any play on words for the Chev Corvette, but that's the other one coming soon to the GT3 class, dual release for them.
Chevrolet, even.
The Chevrolet Corvette, yep. So
I'd rather Chevrolet.
Is that the Chevrolet, is it?
The Chevrolet.
Chevrolet.
So yeah, really looking forward to seeing those cars come out into play. So they'll be joining the field next season in the MRP HPR series.
Oh,
You're going to let people race it? You're going to let people race them this week?
No.
Didn't think so. No.
Week 13, maybe.
Yeah. Surely.
I will no doubt have a server up tomorrow with some shiny new content.
Look at you go.
Oh, I love new content.
It's new content day. It's new content day. Aaron is
loving this battle.
Yeah. He's having a red hot go at Roger, isn't he? Can't even see half the car. He's that close.
It is a Rosetown sponsored vehicle there that Aaron's driving, but you wouldn't know it because all that sign writing's tucked in under the rear wing of this Misfits entry with Roger.
Cool.
You're on fire, man. I'm going to open a Red Bull. I'm low on energy tonight, lads.
Must be hard. Moving is the worst thing known to man. I hate moving house so much.
I can tell you, as a, in my 40s, moving into a house, and I took one look at the kitchen and I was like, where the F does that go? Where should I put that? It's actually a nightmare. Actually was a nightmare.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
My problem is
Let us know if you've had any problems with moving, and we might be able to give you a prize. Give us your best story. I think Leon's got a couple of things to give away. Give us your best story about moving in the comments.
I do have a couple of things to give away, which actually brings me to my my next point there. Our weekly sponsor this week, Stanmore Road Auto Part. So that is Mr. Andrew Uden, who has kindly come to the party, and I have here a wee socket set, wee 26-piece metric socket set to give away, Neck Pro. I've also got a wee Armorall car care kit. So I'm going to be looking for excuses to give some stuff away.
Good moving story would be a good start.
Yeah. So chuck
like
a good yarn in there, and we'll see what we can do. But if anyone nationwide, these guys have said that they'll be happy to ship nationwide for you. Give them a bell. If you can't quite see the number there on the bottom of their logo, then I'm sure you can go and have a quick look at Google. But yep, they'll do all your regular car parts that you can think of. If you need any bits and bobs for warrant repairs or something or other, and you're pretty handy with a set of spanners, you never know, you might be able to use the socket set to make some repairs. Hey, maybe that's what he's getting at. If he gives away a socket set, then you'll have to go in and buy his car parts to so it sort of swings and roundabouts. I like the theory. That's what I'm going for anyway. But really, really good guys in there, and any bits and bobs, batteries, your standard stuff, wipers, oils, bulbs, everything. So yeah, give them a bell. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to look after you. What have we here?
Just Blake finally. No, sorry, that was the one from before.
Was. Yeah, so he was pretty deep, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I just thought that might have changed, but unfortunately I read that number the wrong way around. So, but we have got a bit further down the orders. Trent and Scott. Looks like Scott might have made a bit of a mistake. That door was wide open for Trent to go and slink on down. You wouldn't believe it, but there was two cars just swapping positions. I know they look identical. It's because they are, except for the numbers on the windows.
And some creative naming on the across the windscreens.
Yes. Ah, yes, good spotting.
Well, the only reason I know is because I've been behind. I've been behind Roger that many times that know what his one says. Oh, that was around the other way before, wasn't it? We have Taylor Mitchell making a pass on Sean there, did we?
So this is where it began. So Sean just feeling the love.
Taylor jumping in the inside. Yeah, one of the few places that you can get a good pass done there. Sean going back for it. Love it.
Counter that one, but then just be on the outside here.
Yeah, tricky place to be on the outside of, that's for sure.
And Sean did probably the right thing there, knowing that section of corner, the balance out there in the weeds of the loose stones doesn't equate to staying on the track for very long. So,
I mean, he wouldn't want to get dirt on them white wheels. So.
No, that is true. They'll be brown wheels very soon.
Yeah.
And it's not from the dust.
Dirty on wheels.
and Sean really likes his things white, eh?
Loves them.
Bit of Tony Lynch drama.
Yeah, really easy to lose it there. Really. Bang.
Actually, he did it.
Oh, he's in the fence.
Okay.
It was right out sideways.
That is not going to be a well car.
I think he was left out sideways, to be fair.
Right off the track.
I'll stop. Oh, Jason Cossey. We've got teammates doing teammates things. Jason Cossey off track. Actually, this is Jason Cossey crash, like double crash.
Yeah.
Big.
I think he's actually made the decision to just jump into the pits and try and minimise time loss there. He's probably wee bit early, but very good.
But I suppose if you're there,
Yeah, that's it. Minimise that time loss and get back out, and then just spend the next 25 odd laps looking after your tyres, I suppose. May well work in his favour. You never know.
So
Now, Tony Lynch coming in because obviously he's getting his car repaired.
Not too sure what happened there. Camera froze up on that one.
No.
Roger and Aaron still pretty close together there, third and fourth. Back to PVDB. He's still pretty close to the big old Nick Mitchell there, and Balake certainly hasn't shook that group.
Doing bloody well.
Great reaction by Blake there, I reckon. That was really good. Following, might have been good, and then it might not have been good. I was going to say I thought he was going to be a lot closer to the back of Nick Mitchell's car there.
At least there was nobody close enough in front of him for him to give a wee punt this week.
Well, maybe that went through his head.
That was refreshed in my mind today when I was looking through the
quick stop.
season's videos to make a wee video for Wayno, which I
Nick's
think he might have
still
posted up.
I wonder if Nick's been caught speeding into pit lane. He's done 24 seconds now. Just going to have a look at Blake entering pit lane. And see how close he actually got to the back of Nick's car, because like I said, there does seem to be quite a massive gap, but hopefully he didn't do a mischief. I knew something had happened. I saw it.
The spidey senses, eh?
Yeah, and not too sure, but Nick definitely in there for 49 seconds with that stop.
Okay, yeah. So I can confirm, he was at 73 kilometres when he crossed the pit entry line there. So.
And I'm guessing it's 60?
I believe so. 62, I think.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Actually, we've probably got a more appropriate sound for that one.
Nah, we don't.
Yeah, we do. just after I gave Team MRX a glowing comment on their Racing Sims page today.
Yeah, you get a clap. Clap. Dan's in there 8th place, not too shabby at all.
It's pretty good for Dan, circulating nicely.
Yeah, I did see him have quite a big off earlier. He was out into the weed there. I mean the weeds. But he seems to have brought it back. So that
he was out in the weed.
He was out in the weed. Bruce Tannock diving into pit.
A lot of people going into the pits. I'm surprised it's so early.
But I can understand this track eats tyres, especially that right front around that big sweeping left.
Yeah.
Absolutely eats them, and then of course you've got the rears as well, but where it's really easy to gas them up around here.
I get it, but I mean, still, like this early, would you not just push on for another 3 or 4 laps just to get past that halfway mark and know that that's what you've got to manage through to the end?
Yeah, personally, I probably would. But, if you've seen a whole lot of people come in and take their stops, then you're going to be trying to cover off the serious undercut. Obviously, there's going to be a point there where the tyres are going to drop off at the end. But it just depends. I'd say fuel would be coming in as a factor into here as well. I think if he's on lap 18 now, probably just get a full tank and you've just come in nicely. A wee bit of fuel saving, that'd be fine though.
Sorry, was that you indicating that around this mark of 18 laps that the cars will be getting low on a fuel tank and gas?
No, for the whole race on one tank sort of thing.
Yes.
If you wanted to. Yeah, but not tyres, not at all.
This is it's a very cool track.
Yeah, I struggle with it. Oh, it just feels so much different. I was having a play around earlier, and it just feels so different.
And when I say cool, like, I mean, I absolutely hate it.
Oh, it's a cool track, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it doesn't quite agree with me at the moment.
Not that I hate that iRacing have gone to the extent to go and scan it and immortalise it in
how dare they
in the sim for
how
us.
dare they bring us content? Absolute.
No, certainly appreciate that. It's a cool track, but it's just challenging.
Yeah, for sure.
Might need to go and have a schooling lesson here with the man Darren Lobb.
Potentially. Yeah, so we also, I did mention a bit earlier that our sign-up documentation for next season, that will be out this evening.
Yay!
That will be posted on our Facebook page and our Discord. So for those of you who are wishing to race next season, go through there and sign up, get all your information on there. There's a couple of new little questions in there, one mainly new question in there, which will be what part of the country are you from, or where are you racing from? Where did you start? So there might be a cool wee special event coming up in the later stages of the year that we're pretty excited about. But
yes. Indeed.
See how we get on.
Gonna get wild.
Gonna get wild, it says.
Loose.
Yeah, some interesting things happening next season. Joe,
yeah.
Giving me Wednesday back. Look out, fellas.
Oh, look out!
Yeah,
you've got an idea for your Wednesday? Is it?
Yeah, we're going to be running Super Formula Wednesday.
Nice.
It does sound like some pretty fast action.
Love an open wheeler.
So that's the SF23. It was released about 2 or 3 seasons ago, wasn't it? Maybe 3 seasons ago.
Is that Nick Mitchell coming back in for another pit stop?
It is, Nick.
What's he doing there?
Gonski.
Taking it up, putting it in the trailer.
Yeah, Ejecto Cedo cars.
See ya, buddy.
So, only these roosters left out on track that haven't taken their pit stop yet. So, lap 20, Darren Lobb, Peter Vanderberg there, and Derek Lovegrove.
We're at halfway mark. I'm sure some of these boys will be getting into the pits pretty soon, but of course, old Darren will see it to the bitter end of his tyres, won't he?
So, looking at that, so Darren's last lap there, 20 flat pretty much, a 1:20.04. Bruce Tannock currently circulating at a 19.5. We'll get an updated time for him very shortly as he comes across the line. Peter Vanderberg's reacted to coming in for the pit lane there.
Sorry, and who was the other person that hadn't pit yet?
Was Derek Lovegrove.
Yes.
And can confirm Bruce Tannock matching his last lap to the around the 100th there of the second, so 19.55 versus a 9.3 previously. Peter pretty good, not one of the fastest pit lane stops there, 10.2 for him. Coming out just behind Brad Hall.
Bruce Tannock getting it done on Derek, by the looks of that.
Yes, they weren't really fighting for position. Derek,
No, I'd say.
Derek still hasn't stopped, but he's showing up 13 positions for him at the moment. So when he comes through, he'll fall back down through that order a little bit. But
Has to be expected.
Massive gap there. That 35 seconds there from Bruce to Darren. And if we have a look at, sorry, this one here. No, this one here.
Oh, okay.
That gives us a bit of an indication as to how long averagely the guys are taking through pit lane. So that 35 second interval, you can see Bruce is dialing it along. But when did Bruce pit? Lap 16. So lap 16, so he's already 6 laps into his tyres.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty second hand by the time that Darren's coming out.
So I'd say at the moment he's in front of Darren by way of pit lane stoppage time there. It's just a matter of how wide can he make that car versus the MRP Mustang.
But if you're watching, anyone watching, if you want to get yourself, what are we going to do? The soccer set or the car gear kit, Leon, for the best moving story?
Ooh.
I'd say it'd have to be the socket set.
Yeah.
Because they get things moving too.
Yeah, give us your best moving story. Just whip a moving story in the comments here on YouTube if you're watching. And yeah, you can win yourself a 26-piece socket set, Mech Pro socket set, I think it was.
Yep, you got it.
There we go.
Let us know what you left behind that you had to embarrassingly ask your mother or father to go and pick up for you. Whether or not there was the cat, the wife, or some other interesting gadget. Yeah, tell us.
I just spent 2 weeks moving, and it was exhausting. It is exhausting with a 5-year-old in tow as well.
Can be anything. Let us know how many days you crashed out for on the couch with no power and having to eat that same warm piece of cheese, because that's all you had left at the top.
Not the warm piece of cheese. I just put my the first one I can think of is moving out of one of my houses.
I don't know how these guys do it in these cars. If that was me, like honestly, my car would have done like a 360 kickflip. There's no way I would have been stuck to the track, that's for sure.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's a really tricky car to drive, that's for sure. But when you get it, it's just super rewarding, and like really something satisfying about hooking this car up and getting to do what you're telling it to do. Is just it's really quite satisfying. It does for me anyway.
Well, I have said with my return to racing, I'd like to get out there amongst the boys in the Div 3 class.
The boys
in the Div 3 class. I don't know who that's going to be. It might just be me, myself, and Irene.
Oh, I think it probably will be, mate. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
What a movie that is, though. I love that film. That's one of my all-time favourites.
I'd like to be able to learn how to drive these cars, so I can at least say I've tried.
Come around, mate. I'll show you that thing too.
As long as you're my left arm.
Well, I mean, for you were my left, so I'd be your right, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah? You okay with that?
I'm
yeah?
okay with that.
What hand do you, what, are you left or right? We're asking the real questions tonight, aren't we?
Over to you, Corey. Moving stories.
Oh well, I just spent the last 2 weeks moving, and it's exhausting, and that's where this all come from.
you haven't just been
Didn't you move in with some
moving,
cows?
Luke. I mean, you've been plagued with a sort of a bit of a time of popping in and out of hospital as well. So that's all sort of all happening at the same time. So yeah, out of any time to choose to move homes, you've done it wrong.
Yep. I had to just take the hospital appointment when it came because I'd been on a wait list for 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was yep. I'll take it the first available date, and yeah, and then a house popped up. But the new landlady was very accommodating. So I know she's not watching, but shout out to Hayley. Thanks for
Thanks, Hayley.
helping me out.
Yeah, good on you, Hayley. We appreciate you, mate.
Yeah, and her sister Emma. Yeah.
So we've got a moving story here. We've got my one that I throw in there first. I fell through a glass door when I tripped over an extension lead and smashed an entire glass door. Absolutely rooted it. I didn't get my bomb back. That sucked because the door was about $1,500 to replace. Now we have Mr. Scotty P. Had to move. Everything was on the floor. Had no power, no water. Doors were jammed in position and windows cracked from pressure. Earthquakes stuck. They certainly do. They certainly do. All of us Christchurch or South Holland boys sort of know that all too well, don't we?
Yes.
Not taking anything away from SPR's story, but how does he do it? Well, of course, talking about this man, Darren Lobb, who, by all accounts, should be behind Bruce Tanner, because still 3.5 seconds ahead of him.
What was his pit time then?
Again, a fraction slower than Bruce's time. He was in there for 9.98 of a second versus Bruce's 9.75.
Right.
It's weird that we're both looking at SDK and we have different data.
And there you go, exactly the same matchy with their pit lane transfer time, 36.6 seconds.
Maybe Bruce had a wee instant or we slow up moment and just drop back on that 35-second gap or something rather. Very interesting indeed. It's making it work. Right, incident points. Ooh, Chris Upsitch, he's getting close. He's on 12 points. Taylor Mitchell 10, Sean Macca 10, followed by Roger Forbert on 8. So those boys up there are getting pretty close, but 13 odd laps left to go. It's not too bad. All this is cool. What do we got here?
Peter Vanderberg and Jason Kelsey.
Nice. Is he going to stay there? No, he got out of it. He got out of it, and rightly so, I would imagine. And a wee bit out of shape there. Is that going to allow Blake to get in? He's diving for the inside, though, dude. Not a diveable corner, in my opinion, but
Oh,
that is though. That is a diveable corner. Go Balaki. Balaki. Very nice.
yeah,
They
also,
got it.
Jason just a little bit hard on the tyres there now, but
Hard on the gear.
He's hard on his gear or he's hard on the gear?
Hard on the gear.
Oh,
Hard on the gear.
Good place to
28
be.
on 40.
yeah, getting on. That's happened fast, isn't it? I feel like we're at like lap 15 just a second ago.
I know.
Maybe my fermented lemonade's getting the better of me.
Yeah. Now, who did you say before was getting up there in incident points?
Mr. Zupsich.
Oh, yeah. And, sorry, I'll just bring up a better camera than that. Okay, so how many is he on?
He's on 12, so he's got another 3 left to go. You see one big hit with someone else, and that's going to be him done and dusted. We've got Taylor Mitchell and Sean Macatap Namara on 10. Both of them on 10, so they've still got a wee way to go. As long as they keep their noses clean for the remaining laps, they should be fine.
Nice.
But I mean, anything can happen, can't it?
Can indeed. I've just been asked by Brendan Brownie to rearrange my microphone so it's a little bit closer to my facial thing. Apparently they couldn't hear me very well, so let me know how you're getting on. Let me know how it's sounding now there, Brendan. I was trying to save the old throat box a little bit, but I'm sure I could dial it up a little bit for you.
I bet you would. Right. Oh. Taylor Mitchell, looking like he is getting pretty close to Roger here, isn't he, for full spot?
Yep, get a bit racy.
Maybe tricky. Oh! Bit racy, right? Yeah, getting a bit drifty, ditchy.
Oh. Corey, I wouldn't mind if you could, for any of the ones who've joined us later on in the stream, have another quick recount of the championship standings currently as they were.
Right here, I have the points. Realised I wasn't pressing my little special button. So Bruce Tannock, he's got it sewed up. I'd say he's got a 102 point gap back to Darren Lobb. There's only 5 points difference between Darren Lobb and Roger Corbett. There's only 15 points difference back from Roger Corbett back to Sean McNamara. Then we've got my co-commentator Leon Weir. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He's in 5th currently, 372. So Jason Cossey 2 points behind him. And another sort of 30 points back to break Blakey. And it's all pretty close. You've got Blakey, Peter Vanderberg, Scott McKenzie, Trent Bennett, all within sort of 25 points of each other.
You say Trainet?
Trent, yes. No, I didn't. Yeah, yes, so Trent Bennett, or Bennett Trent. He's on 315, so he's still, that rounds out your top 10 there.
It's taking the mick out of Dougie a wee bit, because it's something for the MRX Enduro at Jerry's. It came out, I think he was trying to say Bennett or Trenet or something or other, but it came out as Trainet, and I'm happy. I made happy Leon noises.
Could imagine.
I clipped it as well. I clipped it off the stream, so I've got that.
9 laps to go, though, ladies and gentlemen. The final round of the Allports V8 for the Autumn Series. Things are not really getting spicy.
No, certainly not like our last V8 race we're at.
I feel that the standings, the top 3 could probably just stand the way they are, the way they sit there on track.
Yeah,
they're up there in the top 4, all 3 of them. And Macca there in 6th as well. So, yeah, it's not going to be too much change, I think, in the points. Blake Greenhall may make up a spot or 2. I see a couple of people have dropped down. We've got Jason Cossey in that list. So he's behind Blake at the moment. And there's about 25 points difference there. So it shouldn't be too much of a change either. Excellent. Yeah, it's been another good season of the V8s. They always put on a good show.
Has indeed. The feedback for the season for the V8 has been such. All the drivers have enjoyed what they've been doing so far, and don't expect too many changes for the next season. Talking to Macca the other day, he said why the old why try and fix something when it's not broken? And then he turned around and tried to tell Shane and I what we needed to do with our series. So it's not broken.
Classic Sean manoeuvre, eh? Classic.
Yeah. So no, we've had a chit chat about the MRP HPR series for next season. Everyone's pretty happy with the layout there, so we've had a quick gander over the tracks and had a bit of a bit of a look at what type of formats we want to do with those, and I reckon it should be another cool, exciting season of racing out there. Hopefully a few more boys who've done well in the GT3s might push themselves up to take on the GTP class.
Not with the new GT3s coming out.
Wow,
I reckon you'll have a stronger field in the GT3s, I reckon. I'll put $1 on it, I tell you that.
Only
There we
$1.
go.
You
That
guys
way,
do that.
hey, I mean, that's it. I suppose at the end of the day, if we don't get enough GTP cars entering, we could always just exit and go back to our traditional 8 cars of GT3s.
I'm fizzing at the bung for some Mustang action tomorrow.
Yes. Indeed.
I'll even give the Corvette a hone too. I do enjoy that car. The GTP Corvette was, the GTE Corvette was very fun.
Yes, I had that
On
one.
board here with Blackie, currently running around in 8th position, so he's up at one spot. Not too bad, I guess, making gains.
And Taylor Mitchell here putting Roger Forbert here to last minute race challenge. He's got his car all cleaned up from going through the pit lane there after early race dramas, so to have recovered and got back into spot number 5.
Got himself a new wang, Dougie.
Yes.
Wang.
Full wang.
Ooh, okay. I've actually just pulled up the series list for this upcoming season. So for the V8,
Yep.
week 1 we've got Watkins Cup. Then we have week 2 Fuji, no chicane. Then week 3 we've got Detroit, baby, Detroit. Week 4 Road America. Then week 5 we've got Interlagos at Brazil. Week 6 Daytona road course, of course. Then week 7 Monza GP circuit. Then Imola. Week 9 we've got Spa. Week 10 Road Atlanta, another cool one. Week 11 Sandown, and then week 12 we have Oran Park GP circuit. Not looking too shabby. I like the look of most of that.
Yeah, everything looked good until you got to Oran Park.
I don't mind Oran Park.
Bring back the classics. Bring back the classics.
Yeah. Where's Bathurst? We haven't had Bathurst in a wee while, have we?
I heard somebody else say that tonight, but it's getting more Australian tracks on the surface now. It's not there every season because there used to be an Australian track on every season, and there was only 2 of them, and then there was 3 of them, and then there was 5 of them. So gearing it around a little, I guess.
Yeah,
and
sure.
People don't get too sick of Bathurst because it's kind of a special place, isn't it?
Yeah. And in terms of the HBR series, there, Doug, what do you guys follow there for your HBR series?
So we mimicked ours off the IMSA, the IMSA class, which is obviously a combination of the GTP, LMPs, and GT3s. So we've gone off that and having a little bit of a look over the race calendar for that one. We are also starting at Watkins Glen, but we are doing the full course, which actually ties in very close to the date of the Watkins 6 hour in the at the end of that week for that weekend. So
sure.
Could be a good bit of practicing going around for that one, but we'll actually be a week behind that, I believe, so it'll probably be more the guys who have competed in it will have the edge over the rest.
Then
we're going to Algarve, or El Gravy, all gravy. That's all gravy
all
there.
great.
Yep. Then with the GP circuit at the Nürburgring. Then in the 4th week we head to the Jose Carlos Packy, which I believe is Imola. Grand Prix there. This will be Corey's favourite one, Week 5 in the GT3s. Don't expect him to be commentating because he will be turning wheels in the Mustang. Can guarantee it. Mo Sport, Canadian Tyre, Motorsport Park.
Man. Yep.
Yep, locked in. Straight away he was thinking, hang on. What's Doug trying to sign me up for here? Then we've got 6th week there. We're doing a race at Catalunya, the Historica around Barcelona there.
That historic GP, Doug?
It's just the historic layout, so I imagine it is, yes.
That's the best layout, that is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
And from there we have week 7. We're going to Fuji with a no chicane, so same as the V8s there, just a bit later on. Road America, full coursing it. Week 8, you can't do anything else other than the full course at Road America.
You can? There is another one?
I know, there's a short circuit, but why would you?
Oh, yeah, okay, sweet.
That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
And then we've got week 9, the Daytona road course.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we've got a bit of Circuit des 24 Heures de Mans. I believe that's just Le Mans.
That's that long road in France.
That long road in France that we're not allowed to call Le Mans. And then we've got week 11, one of my favourite tracks, Virginia International Raceway, or VIR.
Yep, definitely one of my favourites.
Bring back
Like
the Tri Racing, please. Just put it back in for memorial sakes.
And the jump at Bathurst, please, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there should be just a strip of land that doesn't have the updated
Correct.
off track, so you can make that jump there.
Exactly.
Like everywhere else can be
Put
the
an
same.
actual jump there.
Yeah, like a week 13 track only or something, like.
I love it. It could be called the
We
week 13
paved
track.
road right up to the jump.
Yeah.
I'd pay another $9 for that.
100%. Yep, absolutely. I would.
And then for our final week of what will be the Winter Series at COTA, Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix. So
Wicked.
some pretty cool tracks in there, and we've already gone through and had a bit of a divvy up, which I won't spoil the fun yet on which way round. So, but yeah, another 4 weeks of endurance racing, another 4 weeks of sprint racing, and another 4 weeks of heat racing to fill our boots on in the HPR series, thanks to Mannon Racing Products.
Yep.
Yeah, and statistically, Dougie, the Winter Series is always the biggest. So get in there. The sign-up form's going to be out tonight. Turn up on the grid. It'll help our streams look awesome. It'll help the league move along. Get in there, support us, and most importantly, have fun. And spend time with your mates.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Goodness.
I can tell you a little bit of, we've had a wee chat, myself and Ash, and the Enduro for Mental Health, probably going to happen in September. So more to come on that.
Cool. As we've just had the call that there is 2 laps remaining. Well,
Who called you?
one lap. Some people, or lap and a half for some, but
Well, it's
man,
been a great race once again by Mr. Lobb. He's holding on to it very well.
certainly doesn't muck around, does it?
Ahead of spot number 2. It's interesting looking at those times though. They certainly have fallen away a wee bit from blistering times they were doing earlier. Both the 2 last laps for Darren and Bruce were 22 and 23 respectively. A few other guys still sitting around the 20s, but yeah, certainly those numbers falling away a little bit more now that we get towards the closing ends.
It's just Scott. Scott's the only one with a moving story that's come up so far. In the comments
Scott,
on YouTube.
Scott gets a socket set. Unless anyone can get in there before him, then Scotty's getting it.
Here we go.
Final
That's
lap.
perfectly fine with me. I've got something else going over for him anyway, so that works just fine for me. Save a bit on shipping. Look at us go, eh?
Chris Upsich making the last minute race dive there towards the back of Dan Nolan. So even though the race is just coming down into its final stages, you can see the boys down there in the grid order for P14 and 13 having at it.
Well done, lads.
But
Very well done.
we won't take away the credit from this man here. Has nudged that time marker out to nearly a whopping 11 seconds over spot number 2.
Yeah, it's bloody impressive, isn't it?
Looks like he's had a bit of a tangle with the cone or the ripple strip there on the front right corner.
I've had a few tangles with some cones in my time, mate.
Yep.
We're near them in Christchurch, Leon.
Yes, there is. What are you doing, Darren? What are you doing?
Is he going to let Brucey take the win, or is he just teasing? I was going to say that he's won 4 races this season. Bruce has only won 2.
Bruce,
Bruce takes the Great White Shark, so he's series champion for the autumn series. So well done, Bruce. So Darren will take second, and Roger will take third, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Just out of sequence there was Nico, but coming across the line, Sean McNamara and Peter van der Berg.
He was giving us a flash.
Yeah.
It's Sean just came on the comms there and said, "Well done, Pete." Getting a bit stressed there at the end. And
Blake Green Hall bringing across the line, P8. Jason Cossey there, P9. Evan Young and Scott McKenzie, 10 and 11. There's Derek Lovegrove bringing across the line, P12. There's Dan Nolan, Jigsaw Racing, followed by Chris Upsich. And a wee ways round still the track to go. Going down the final section of the straightaway. Dane Noduft there. Final corner.
Are we going to have anyone doing any drag racing? Maybe some drag racing. Oh! There's a small crash.
Wow, that's just another season for the V8s wrapped up.
Yeah, done and dusted.
That's going to be it from me. I'm going to be shooting off, but thanks for having me along for another season, boys. And we will be back next season. So week off next week, probably with the streaming. We may stream. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't we? But yeah, looks like we've got a couple of cars going to have a drag race. Should be for a jug of beer. All right, I'll put a jug on Balaki.
So Blake Green
here we go
here versus I believe Scott McKenzie. 503. Yep, Scott McKenzie.
2, 1, go. No. Oh. Well, he's counting it down. Oh. 2, 1, go. Oh, he gassed it up. Oh, Balaki. Oh, and he's losing it. Well, at least I got one drag race. That makes me happy. Is that a car at the end of it? Yep, it is. Get out of the way. Oh, this is what it's all about. This is.
Thanks, boys. That's me.
Righto, Corey. And very nice kickflip there by Blake. Very good. Love to see it. Beautiful work. Okay. Looks like we've got a couple of people here in the waiting room.
Let's do it, mate. Yep.
Who are we pulling down?
We will bring down Mr. Lob.
Get the winner.
One Mr. Lob into the broadcasting lounge for a quick chit chat, a summary of the final race of the season. How are we, Darren?
Oh, good boys. What's going on with you guys?
We've had a fantastic evening once again. It's been awesome racing, watching people go around the extremely tricky Winton race circuit. Other than yourself, you've made it look like a breeze, like just buttering a piece of bread.
Yeah, it was pretty easy tonight. I jumped in. I haven't driven here for ages, but I've obviously got a bloody rocket ship set up, loaded somewhere in the computer. I've actually been running GD3s practicing for the Majors 24-hour around Le Mans. So I haven't driven the Supercar since Jerez last week, and that wasn't very good either. But yeah, qualifying was good fun. First 5 laps of the race were good fun, and then you just in no man's land all on your own for the next kind of 38 laps until I crashed it all on my own. That happens. The best of us.
See, there was a bit of a celebration just before the line there, and gave Brucey this one. I'm sure he was.
Yeah,
he's
he
going to
kind
win
of.
it no matter what.
Yeah, I didn't tell him I was going to do it,
It
so
was close, bro. It was so close.
he didn't know what the hell was going on in the end. But he stonked us all this season, and he's been there through every race just about. So
Yeah,
it's only fitting that he takes a checkered flag in the last race. I think that's the good thing to do.
And considering he had some hardware issues, obviously, I'm sure you've heard about them. He's been having quite a few disconnects lately.
Yeah, it would be nice if he had had a few more. I was actually when he got DQ just before qualifying, we heard him disappear out of Discord, and I started celebrating because I think that was the only way I could beat him in the championship. And yeah, and then he made it back, and I kept having a look, but nah, he's obviously fixed what he needed to fix.
Oh, very good. Very good.
So yeah, you just caught that ripple strip a little bit off kilter, and lap 33 there, you did take yourself for a wee departure. We didn't actually catch that one on the stream, so you just dobbed yourself in, saying that you had a wee crash.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have gone back and had a look at the replay to see what happened, because I didn't feel like I did anything different. And I know it's got a treacherous spot there, but I don't know. Maybe I just had a little bit of a bounce, and maybe I was a tyre with further to the left, closer to the wall or something. But
looks like you just got railroaded.
Clue. Yeah, didn't feel like much fun, I can tell you that much. I actually thought I was going to nose myself dead straight into that wall, but luckily it wasn't a hard hit in any case.
No, well done. Yeah, because you do pretty well at threading the needle through those rumbles. But watching you lap after lap do that, it's like crikey.
Yeah, there's quite a nice spot there where the car actually sits down and like bottoms in quite nicely, and it like loads up onto that left rear quite nicely. And it's funny, I haven't had a lap at all tonight where it's actually kicked sideways. So that particular lap was the first time that it's happened in, I don't know, 50 odd laps tonight. So anyway, it's the joys of Winton. It's a bit mind-numbing when you're racing on your own, but the track can come back and add some entertainment for you.
We can't argue with that. That's what we like.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, very well done this season, mate, and a force to be reckoned with as per usual. And we hope to see you back next season and show us all how it's done again.
Thanks, boys. I look forward to it. Maybe I'll come back and do some GD3 next season instead of Supercars. But yeah, it's good fun. It's nice to come back, and I've been away kind of from Supercars NZ for a little while, not racing consistently, but I've quite enjoyed coming back in the season. Not much practice, jumping in and having a bit of fun. It's nice to see lots of cars on the track, and nice to chat to you guys after.
Yeah,
awesome.
We love it.
Cheers, Darren. And we have our champion winner for the series, Mr. Bruce Tannock himself.
How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you for joining us here at the Broadcasting Lounge and giving us your impression of the final race and for the season.
She was a bit long tonight. Fucking nearly got bored shitless there for a while, but a little bit of action, turn 1 and 2, and then that was it. All she wrote. Lob jumped me off the line, the prick. After I finally spanked him in quali for once, and then that's all she wrote. Yeah,
got a wee bit like that for us up here as well. We were finding things off the track to keep us all entertained. So. But only a wee bit of action there in the first couple of laps, and then it sort of got a wee bit stale. But I see, obviously Darren pulled over. How close was that to getting him there when he was doing that burnout over the line? It looked pretty close from our end.
To be fair, I wasn't really paying attention. I came out of the corner and I said, have you run out? And I was, oh no, he's just playing silly buggers because he knows he's wrapped up second or whatever. So I guess he wasn't too fussed. But
I can actually show you how close that was as he came round through the final corner here as we brought up the replay, and here's Bruce going, what is going on here? That close.
I went jig left and then jig right, thinking he might have actually been trying to mix it up, but
well, I think he was. I think he went left, right at the same time as you decided to go right.
I think it was all academic by that stage. I think we worked out he was second place, and he didn't need to win to secure second place. He just needed to be in the top. I think he just needed to be ahead of Roger, I think it was.
Yep. Yeah, and I think he mentioned that, obviously because you were the season, obviously the favourite for the season and stuff, he thought he'd let you take the checkered flag, so bloody good on him. But no, we appreciate you showing up every week, Bruce, and it's been really good seeing you kick some ass, man. I've got to ask though, have you nailed down whatever hardware issues you've got going on, or is that still?
I just had to reset again just after practice.
Yeah.
Last Windows update, for some reason there's something in the back of the computer that just flickers the screen. It gives me about a minute's warning, and then I'm like, keep your fingers crossed, and then next minute it dips out. Yeah, so what was it? It dipped out 4 times in a few minutes, and then you literally have to turn the computer completely off, restart it, is what I did tonight. But I've no idea. Last Windows update, something like Intel Arc or some shit in the background, and I've now disconnected it. Every time I turn the computer on, I go through and I turn it all off so it's not in the background, but there must be something in there somewhere it must be to do with the graphics card, because it just kills the screen. The screen just goes dead.
Oh, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Hasn't burnt me this week. I did heaps of official races because it was a slow week, obviously, with the extra day off. Did a couple on Monday, and I really enjoy Winton because we've got a good tune for it and stuff. So, and it's just like with our races, we have to have a word to the boys because mix it up. The races are just a bit too long. We should do a couple of sprints or something to mix it up, or even just chuck everyone in together, because after the first couple of laps, it's just procession like. It's a bit boring.
Yeah, that's definitely something that our main man Macca there he'll certainly take it on board. Obviously, we want to keep it spicy for everyone, and as you can imagine, for us as well on the other end of it, trying to find something to talk about without you guys just crashing into each other. So it gets a bit long in the tooth. So no, that's
but the pace is good. But the guys who are, say, 13th to 14th or whatever, they have a few little battles for themselves. But it would be nicer to have, I don't know, another 8 or 10. I don't know what was the field like in Div 2. Are they 15, 20, or even more?
Equal split.
Yeah. Tonight they're about the same. So
I suppose it's the weeks when there's 40 plus. It makes it awkward, I guess. But
absolutely.
There's no perfect solution. But even if they threw a lucky dog in there something and said, right, tonight it's baseline. Everyone has to race baseline, or
I like that. I like that.
Here we go. We've got the ideas rolling in. Certainly noted. Thank you very much. Straight off to the board meeting from here.
Yeah.
No, Brucey,
Sweet.
hey, it has been an awesome pleasure. I refer to you as the great white shark out there, because you're an absolute machine, an uncertain killer of the depths, and you just find a way to find your target and decimate it. So it's really cool watching your racecraft out there, and certainly the boys have been enjoying having the battles with you throughout the season as well. And like you said,
and hopefully I'll be back next season when my shoulder's fixed, and then I'll you can keep schooling me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it is honestly just race distance that does it, because the times in practice and quali are getting closer and closer, and it's just being like, even with Darren there, like he got, I think off the line, I jumped off the curb and dropped 0.6, 0.8, and as soon as he's got almost a second on you, I matched him for 3 or 4 laps, and then we'd both, traded kind of fast laps, but then I think lap 7 or 8, I was just like, bugger this, I'm fucking starting to sweat a bit, and I'm just like, I'm not going to top his times, I can match them, but it doesn't going to be, and then I just kind of went,
it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere further on track, is it? So,
but it was good. I mean, kept him honest for a couple of laps, but he sniggered because he he said that because he doesn't often get me off the line, but he got me off the line just enough, and he goes, I had to. He goes, you can't fucking pass around this place.
Oh, no, and you're an
No,
animal on the
that's right.
starts as well. There's just no way I can get anywhere close to you off the start. So the fact that he managed to do it, yeah, it's bloody good going.
It's been
No,
good.
wicked.
Yeah, so he's still the standard. So unless Rayhan turns up or whatever, but I had a league race here on Sunday night with Rayhan, and he was behind me, and he couldn't pass me either. Like the track is so tight, doesn't matter how much faster you are.
Yeah.
If you're in front, you've got clear track. It's just it's golden. But yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if the schedule for next season's been released for
Has.
officials
Yep.
yet. It has.
Have a wee listen back at the stream tomorrow in the office, mate. You'll hear us talking about the tracks that are coming out, or you'll be able to catch that on the forum updates tomorrow with the update coming through tonight.
Where do they announce it? Is it in the forums? Is it or the news?
So it's a third party that get the data out of the forums and then go from there. What I've done, I've just sent you the link to it. So it's the same link every time. So they just update like an online spreadsheet. So yeah, usually like the week before you can get in there and get a rough idea of where the tracks are looking.
Cool.
Yeah. So I've just sent that to you now, bud.
Awesome. Thanks, boys.
Awesome
No stress at all, man. Thanks,
Thanks, Bruce.
See you.
And as we say goodbye to Bruce, we bring in one Aaron Goodrick, third place getter tonight. How are we, Aaron?
Yeah, not too bad. How about you, boys?
Getter of the third of the place.
Very well indeed. Well done for tonight, and well done for the season.
Yeah, thanks for that. I kind of took it this season as sort of partly off and sort of just turned up to a couple of races, the ones I had tracks for and sort of enjoyed, and then helped with a bit of race control with the enduro stuff. So no, it was good just to sort of dabble in a couple of different classes this season, not just be in the V8 flat out.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
It was cool seeing you in the HBR series as well, and obviously last week, bloody good race around Masano, I believe it was.
Yep.
there's been some good racing in some other classes, and it's been good to drive something that's a little bit different, or some open wheel stuff and things like that. Hypercar,
I love an open wheeler.
compared to the supercar stuff, which is completely fucking different, obviously.
Oh,
Of
it's
course.
so backwards.
So, but no, it was that was just a bit of a long, drawn out race. That kind of
Was,
Yeah.
A couple of comments made about that, and I think that sort of alluded to that everyone's timings were very, very close through qualifying, but it's just one of those tracks that's exceedingly hard to be able to make a pass, and if anything more than 2 or 3 cars are actually trying to battle for a position, you're then losing the next grouping of cars in front of you, and to that detriment that 3 or 4 seconds go by, you might get one car, but then you're never going to find that 3 or 4 seconds to gain back to that next car in front of you for another position.
Yeah, it's certainly a difficult track to pass on. If you get clean air and you can run a consistent lappage, it's sort of just just driving to a number, just consistently. Obviously, I pitted pretty early just to try so I could get the undercut on Rog, because we're running very, very consistent sort of lap times together, and I just couldn't find anywhere to cleanly put the nose up the inside without giving him a part of a door. Not my style, so decided to go early, and I actually somehow came out with like over 2 seconds on him.
Yeah.
With only a lap difference in the actual pit stop time. So I don't know. That was good, and obviously I just held that sort of 2 to 2.5 odd second gap for the rest of the race on him. It was a bit of a solo drive, but it was certainly it was only one mistake away from fucking dropping positions very quickly.
Pretty easy to happen though.
Yeah, well, Bruce came up with a couple of good suggestions there when with the debrief for the end of the season. That something that our man Sean McNamara might be able to take on board for next season to change things up a little bit and help create some competition.
No.
Yep.
No, it's all good. I can listen to it. It's all good. I've been having chat to a couple of them after the race as well, and there's pros and cons of changing everything. But we like to change it because we don't want to be stale on what we do for the guys and give them some different race lengths and heat racing and
Even
tyre
said
stops.
knocking out the old setups for a couple of the races and just do baseline racing.
Oh, that's tricky.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, there you
that's
go.
what Aaron and I normally race off. We don't even do setups, mate. I just actually I just told out 20 mil and just drive that, mate.
Well,
That's
there
how
you
I
go.
race.
You'll be all
Right.
over it. You'll be all over them.
Mate,
But it'll be good to see a little bit of
so.
fucking strategy stuff possibly next year. I mean, some like we're just talking about tank limited sizes
Yeah.
or starting fuels or just different heat racing formats or sprint races a bit more.
And I sort of, Darren was telling me about that, and I said, well, it was actually Nick Mitchell who brought me in to do what we do now, because we were saying that at lap one, because I used to have restricted fuel, lap one, if you have a crash, you wouldn't be able to make it through to the end without putting the game.
No one crashes on lap 1.
No, I've never seen one.
Well, I'm sure Aaron got into the side of me in this race, but we will have to look back at that.
Yeah, I think you might want to go watch that replay.
Aaron
Yeah,
Goodrick
you
passed. Aaron Goodrick
couple people
passed
got me
Sean
off the
McNamara
start.
on lap 1. Let's have a look at the replay.
I did hear Nick Mitchell tell me that Sean kind of guided him off to a sand trap. So I'm
No,
not sure
not at all.
how
So
much guiding was involved.
No, look, there he goes by himself. right there. Right there.
Yeah. That's quite funny. That's quite funny.
I
got bullied on that the first few corners. I definitely got bullied. I was in the wrong gear for one corner, maybe, and I made a mistake at one of the.
whoa.
Here's the start. That's what happened there, and I was like, oh, I'll just brake. And he comes back on. I was like, I'll go around the outside,
Bounce
and
through the
then
ripples.
I was 3 wide, and I went, oh shit, and I stayed wide. I stayed wide, and I was in the wrong gear, and then I was like, this is a problem. And then Trent, yeah.
Don't watch for too long. You'll see some real average driving if you're watching Sean, so I can cover.
Nah, it's 3 beers deep driving, so it's pretty good.
But no, I think
It's for me to
congratulations
eliminate
to Bruce. He fucking obviously drove
sure.
a very good season and
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
earned
yeah.
up and dominated. Obviously, you know, I mean, hey, Darren's always got pace on.
Yeah, he only took
anyone
me out
here, but-
one race. If I was race control, he probably would have had a drive through and probably finished last. But that's where I
Isn't it?
stuffed it.
I was about to say, that'd probably be a record for only taking you out one race. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Oh, there's Nick again. See that?
How do you go braking across towards the wrong side of the corner entry? That's an interesting one. Braking across the track. I like that.
Yeah, like I said, don't watch for too long.
I was going to say, it's only a
racing.
short
Mate,
McLaren.
those white wheels look great too, don't they? And look, what happened to Taylor? Can we find out? Go back. What happened to Taylor with his no wing?
Taylor did it by himself.
Last corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Cost me a position, unfortunately.
no, so he got hit after I think it was Blake. Well, it was someone anyway.
No, yeah, it was in front of me.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah.
Was it Aaron? Oh, what? Sorry, it was.
I just about hit him. Did I actually hit him in the game?
So
think you got that wing. You hit the
Nick
ball.
code says that you did. Yeah.
Oh,
and then it disappears.
yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. So that's a drive-through. You lost the spot.
Funnily enough, when he done it, I was like, hold on, because we're obviously in the same Discord.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, do I go outside, do I go inside? And then I kind of hesitated too much, and Rog
It
got
sort
the
of made
run
us
on
an
me.
even. It made us an even playing field for about 5 laps. And then he passed.
Yeah, well, if Taylor didn't spin that there, I definitely wouldn't have had pace to get in front of him in the race. So
Yeah, he was looking pretty
Yeah,
spicy.
he was quick, man. He was doing like 8.7s or 18.7s laps.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
there's a couple of real fast ones in there. It was very impressive.
There we
Not
go.
for
No,
you,
well,
Roger.
good season.
Yeah, sure. So I enjoyed it for a change. So you finished. Well done, Aaron. You finished in 22nd. Good on you.
That's not bad. That's not bad for only turning up to about a quarter
3?
of the races.
Yeah.
3 or 4. Yeah, nah.
Does it say how many I turned up to?
No, you better figure it out though. Somehow. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it was
you
probably
better
only
figure it
3 or 4.
out. 174 points. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was saying to the boys before, it was kind of a bit of a break season to run some other stuff and
Yeah.
I mean,
do some.
take some time off this car flat out. So
Yeah,
that's been good.
and it is what it is too. Like, it's all about the enjoyment, and that's what we try and bring. And you know,
Yeah, well, that's why I'm gonna
I've
come
had a
back
break.
next season. To fucking
Yeah, everyone
smoke you
gets a
again.
break. Yeah. All right, so I look forward to it. Cheers, man.
And you get a break, and you get a break, and you get a break.
You don't. You got
And
lots
no.
of work to do.
Speaking of breaks, we might as well round it up into a break for
Oh,
tonight,
true.
the stream,
Are we still streaming?
and say good night to everyone at home.
Good night.
Good night.
See you.
Love you.
Good night, Kiwi.
Dan's not saying a word.
Dan's still Actually, Dan should round us up. Dan could do the roundup for tonight. Thank everyone that needs to be thanked and say sorry.
Yeah, he's watched enough streams, he'll know.
Absolutely no pressure at all. Watched a couple of the streams here, but thanks to Stanmore Road Auto Parts for being the weekly sponsor for this week, Allport Motorsports for their continued support of Supercars NZ, and thanks to the admin team and Doug for giving us a good show every week and making sure that we've got somewhere to race and have a bit of fun. And thanks to iRacing for providing the platform for us to race on.
Oh, you're a natural.
Well done. You're a
Anyone would think you paid for that fucking closing.
We do.
You're getting nothing. You're getting nothing, Dan. Absolutely deserve for that. Well done. I liked it.
Thank you.
I'll give you a pat on the back for that one, Dan. That was pretty.
And good night.
That was pretty good. So
And
yeah. Anyway,
good night to everyone. See you on Thursday for GT3s.
for GT3s.
What do we got? Week 13 for some random goodness.
No?
Oh, yeah.
Final round for the HPR series. Yeah. Let's look forward to it.
Good night.
Update. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Someone says good night. And these are, good night.